Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing New Horizons video. Today we are taking a look ahead to June and discussing all of the changes and new additions we can expect to see. Although we've had a bit of a slow month this month, there's quite a lot to get through for June. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So we're now at the end of May and less than a day away from June in New Horizons, and to be honest, a month that is probably one of the busiest months of the year in Animal Crossing and sees the most changes, especially since the latest 1.10 update. Some of these changes are seasonal adjustments to the recipes and island aesthetics, some are changes to the weather phenomena that differ between hemispheres, and others are changes and updates to holidays and seasonal events. Plus, thanks to the 1.10 update, June sees a total of 6 seasonal events to keep us busy. Anyway, I'm sure some of you already know about some of the more obvious changes, but we'll highlight everything just in case for any new players out there, especially for anyone new to New Horizons this year. With that said, there's plenty to get through for old players too, so please leave a like on the video, it helps out so much, and here are 7 changes and new additions we can expect to see during the month of June. Number 1. Seasonal materials. Now, one of the reasons June is such a busy month is because it's the start of a brand new season, with the Northern Hemisphere leaving behind the spring and moving into summer, and of course the Southern Hemisphere transitioning from autumn to winter, which naturally changes things around the island. One of the most significant changes you'll notice is to the crafting materials that spawn. From June 1st and running all the way through summer, players will be able to find and collect summer shells that wash ashore the island. These basically replace the young spring bamboo materials and can be used to craft the latest seasonal DIY recipes, including the Starry Sands flooring, the underwater wall and the shell wand, amongst other things. Multiple summer shells will spawn in every day, just be sure to keep clearing your shoreline from old shells so they have room to spawn in. As always, these summer shell recipes can also be found inside bloom presents and can be found for the duration of summer. Similarly, the Southern Hemisphere sees a shift in the seasonal materials available during the month of June, and whilst players can still find acorns and pine cones until June 10th, it will soon start to snow, allowing both small and larger snowflakes to be found and used. Number 2. Seasonal events. Now, thanks to the latest 1.10 update, June now sees a total of 6 mini seasonal events throughout June. These are small celebration of real world holidays and add limited time items to the Nook Stop. International Children's Day returns, bringing back the handmade cape and crown, and runs from June 1st through to June 15th. Father's Day returns for a second year, adding not only the Thank You Dad mug, but also the Thank You Dad apron, which is a brand new item for 2021. These are available from June 1st through to June 30th. Dragon Boat Festival is a brand new event that adds the Festival Zongzi food item and runs from June 5th through to June 14th. Similarly, Dano Festival, which is the Korean version of the Dragon Boat Festival, adds the Surichri Teok food item and also runs from June 5th through to June 14th. The Summer Solstice is returning for a second year and adds the Sunflower Crown and Sunflower Rug, and runs from June 15th through to June 21st, but only in the Northern Hemisphere. And finally, the Winter Solstice is returning for a second year too, and adds the Midwinter Sweater and Aurora Wool from June 15th through to June 21st, but only for the Southern Hemisphere. Naturally, to celebrate the opposite solstice events, players will have to wait until December. Number 3. Bug Off. Now, with it being the beginning of the summer season in the Northern Hemisphere, it's also the start of the Bug Off season. Starting on the 4th Saturday of June, so the 26th of June, the special character Flick will stop by to host the first of 4 Bug Off tournaments. Much like the fishing tourneys, Flick will challenge players to catch as many bugs as possible against the timer and reward us with bug-themed furniture items. Of course, even if you took part last summer, this is a good chance to win a different kind of trophy or some prizes you may have missed out last time, including the artisanal bug cage or the bug cage bag. Players in the Southern Hemisphere will have to wait until November before being able to take part in the next Bug Off, unless of course they travel to a friend's island. Number 4. Island Aesthetics. Now, moving on to something a little less obvious, which is of course changes to the environment around the New Horizons island. For the last few weeks, players in the Northern Hemisphere have seen fully bloomed pink and white azalea bushes. However, from June 1st, these will lose their flowers and blue and pink hydrangea bushes will begin to bloom instead. Furthermore, weeds in the Northern Hemisphere will begin to look a little less vibrant but flower more. For players in the southern hemisphere, holly bushes will continue to bloom until mid-June before red and pink camellia bushes start to flower instead. Naturally, because the transition into winter has started for the southern hemisphere, weeds will begin to look frosty and icy too in the coming weeks. And finally, from June 11th onwards, players in the southern hemisphere will have the chance to spot auroras in the night sky as they move further into the winter season, which is super cool. Number 5. Nooks Cranny. Now, much like some of the other changes around the New Horizons island as we transition from one season to another, Nooks Cranny also sees some adjustments. As you may know, the Nook store often redecorates with a new theme that's in line with the current season, so naturally, now we're heading into summer, Timmy and Tommy will bring back these seaside themed window displays with some seashell lighting. However, that's not really the most significant change Nooks Cranny will see. As we head into summer, Nooks will bring back the seasonal display area in the bottom left of the store, showcasing the retro fan and the surfboard items that will be available to purchase throughout the summer. Players in the southern hemisphere will experience much the same, instead seeing winter and snowman decorations at Nooks Cranny and the space heater and celebratory candle items in the seasonal showcase area. Number 6. Holiday events. Now, if June isn't already busy enough, June sees the start of the wedding season in New Horizons that takes place on Halves Island for the entire month. In short, players will be able to help Reese and Cyrus celebrate their wedding anniversary by decorating the cabin in a variety of wedding themes. The goal is to unlock exclusive wedding themed furniture and earn heart crystals to purchase them. Some of the items include the wedding arch, pipe organ and welcome board. Furthermore, thanks to the most recent update, June now sees a bunch of new wedding season clothing and furniture items available from the Able Sisters and the Nook Stop respectively, that can be purchased alongside the event. These include items like the Shiro Muku and the Nuptial Bell, which is already a fan favourite. Number 7. Critters. So just as you'd expect, as we see a shift in the seasons on the New Horizons island, a bunch of new bugs, fish and deep sea creatures will begin spawning in both hemispheres. Players in the northern hemisphere will see a total of 25 new critters throughout the month of June. There's far too many to highlight right now, but some of the new critters you may notice include the Goliath Beetle, the Great White Shark and the Abalone. Players in the southern hemisphere, on the other hand, have it slightly easier as they will only see a total of 9 new critters, including the dung beetle, the rare stringfish and the lobster amongst others. Of course, for those who have been playing for some time or as far back as launch may have already caught these, but new players will be seeing some of these for the first time. So there we have it, that's 7 changes we can expect to see around the New Horizons island in the month of June in 2021. We are of course due an update announcement which many are expecting to take place at E3 in a couple of weeks time, so depending on what is revealed may change things towards the end of the month if they even add more content. As things stand though, June is still one of the busiest months in the game with plenty of events and activities to keep us busy. But what do you think about these changes? Have you seen an aurora yet? Or are you excited to relive the wedding season? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Anyway, for now, that pretty much wraps up this video. If you're an Animal Crossing fan, don't forget to subscribe as we'll upload a bunch of New Horizons news as and when it happens. Until then, I'd like to give a special thank you to this channel's Patreon supporters, as well as this channel's members. You guys absolutely rock and truly help me upload as regularly as I do. I couldn't do it without you. Don't forget to head over to our Discord server too, and of course, if you made it to the end of the video, please comment changes, just to let me know you did, that would be super awesome, and please be sure to include whether or not you like seeing so many mini events in one month in New Horizons. I'd love to know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining. Please be sure to leave a like if you did. Thanks for watching, I hope you have an amazing day, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.